show made possible in part by DK Recycling of Hennessey and Integris Baptist Health Center. We're recording. You know the drill.
Man, I forgot. What is the drill? I do a little bit.
Today, this is exciting because Dr. Woods, remember Dr. Woods?
And this isn't a rerun.
Is back on. No, this is not a rerun. This is like
It looked like it was
new
a
and
rerun.
improved. Yes, he is real. See?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you remember, but the very first All About Hennessey show was with you just as COVID was starting. And we honestly had to Google what's it called. Mm-hmm. And it was like the COVID-19 thing. And that's how this whole All About Hennessey show that's now been going on for 5-6 years started with you. So
Took off and was served a purpose. It grew into something quite a bit bigger, didn't it?
Yep.
Very nice.
And people miss you. We've gotten comments quite often. Where's Dr. Woods? What's he doing? Well, he's here. We're going to talk about that today.
I don't know if that means they missed me. They may just want to know where I am so
They're
they
nosy.
can avoid that spot.
Don't go there.
Don't go there.
Yeah.
He's there.
So don't go to Wacomas if that's the case, because that's where
2 miles east.
That's where Mike's living now.
Yeah.
And so you've been gone out of the school for 2 years now.
2 school years.
Yep.
I don't know what that is in calendar years.
And
dog years.
Like dog years.
Yeah.
It seems like 20. You were saying it seems like a lot longer. You bought some land in Wacomas, and you built a barn.
We built a barn.
Yep.
Bought a travel trailer.
Oh, so you lived in a trailer for like a year.
Year and a half.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now was that like down near the river?
No, that's a van.
Was it van?
That's
Got
a
that
van.
confused.
We'd have bought a van. We'd have put it down by the creek, which we have. We have a creek, but we didn't need it in this case. It wasn't necessary.
That is funny. And then you built a brand new home.
We did. We were blessed to able to build a home, and Cindy took the lead on it and really just made it all happen. And she's still teaching school and doing all that at the same time.
That was my next question. Is she still teaching? Yes.
She's still a first grade teacher at Hennessey Public Schools.
Wow, that's very cool. Now you're a farmer or a rancher. Is that the right word? What's that?
Piddler.
Okay.
Yeah, we have some cows and we farm a little ground, but that doesn't. I don't think that makes me
doesn't
a
qualify
farmer.
for the title.
No. I have a drone, but that.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a minute. But that's the exciting part. And then, so I remember.
So this is all filler.
Yeah.
You're just doing this so you can talk about the drone.
This is a build-up. Yeah.
All right,
we don't
nice.
really care about Mike. We're going to talk about his drone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember. I think it was your first week. I was actually teaching a video class at the high school when you came on as a superintendent, and I'm thinking it was your first week. You came and said, "We're going to do a bond issue," and it was like, for what? And that was the beginning of the dome.
Yeah. Well, there was a current bond issue that built the Early Learning Center, actually paid off early, and so if we wanted to be able to maintain our tax base and all that, we needed to do a project before the previous one had rolled off, and so we kind of got together and built the dome. It seems to be working pretty well.
It's still up, and
yeah,
yep. And I know the benchmark of the dome was of course the storm shelter, and then the automatic doors that we have proven do work, and that's kind of neat.
Yeah, the first time I saw them work was I can't remember who was the very first one, but they were setting up in the corner during a storm, alerting the doors had opened and let them in, and it worked fine.
That's pretty neat. Good deal. All right, so now you're parenting your parents and you're having fun with your grandkids and but you had a little operation.
I did. I got a new knee, and
does it have a bow on it or anything?
It does not.
No?
It has
I'll show you a picture here in a minute. So,
I wear shorts because I get a lot more sympathy. So when people can actually see
scars like this long. Yeah. Okay.
It goes better for me, and that's what we're all concerned about. Sometimes at night I'll go through and use a Sharpie to highlight and kind of enhance the scar.
I thought like a tattoo a zipper on there or something. That'd be fun.
That would.
Yeah.
That would. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And how long ago was that?
I'm on my third week, going into my fourth week.
And he's hardly limping. After 4 weeks out, and you're up and. When I called him, I said, "Are you on crutches?" And he said, "Oh no, I'm doing okay." It's like, well, you're tougher than me.
Walking's not bad. It's just the other stuff, climbing and kneeling,
putting
and
full weight on it. And,
And they said, I'm not supposed to do any kneeling for 2 more weeks after this, 4 weeks total. And I said, well, how am I ever going to beg for mercy?
Yeah. You have to use the other knee.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that.
You still got to bend that one.
yeah.
So, but the cool part is your full-time job now, which is you're a pilot.
I am a pilot.
Yeah.
It's not my full-time job because I do it rarely, but it's the only one that I guess paying. But so do you want the drone in the shot?
Well, I was going to show that. I mean, this is my travel drone, and this is what, 6 inches. This is a little bitty drone. It's a professional drone, but it fits in my suitcase so I can travel. And this has been all over the country with me. But you're using one a little bit bigger.
This is a Phantom 4 DJI. It's still the same company, but it's used
modified.
for survey. Yeah, its purpose is to do topography and for surveys, and this communicates with There's 3 pieces that are critical to it. The base station, which I didn't bring, because you stand it on a tripod about 6 to 8 feet away, and it communicates with satellites and gets positions. And so I start with a file that goes in a memory card that goes right in here, a KML file. Then it's uploaded in here. Then the controller does all the calculations and lays out the route. And then we fire it up, take off, and the drone then gets its information from the controller, and it goes down, makes a turn, comes back,
so
makes
it's
a turn,
autonomous
comes back.
flying. You're really just
once I get it up in
babysitting
the air, I just sit there and watch it.
Wow.
That's all, and it goes back and forth. And then you have to change. It runs about 22 minutes.
Yep. And
then you have to change out the batteries, but it's pretty cool the way it can do that, because what it creates. So everyone's so used to a Google Map type of an image.
Right.
You really that's not something you could measure off of, and you don't get.
And it's all fuzzy when you zoom down.
Yeah.
Far.
And this from 100 to 400 feet in the air is just crystal clear, and it's every shot. It takes a photo every second and a half.
So it's
looking down,
photo, and it just flies this pattern.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it just takes a shot, and it takes that, and then they have to take the files and dump it out of the drone, and they send them off to a place that stitches them all together. But the image is completely measurable, and it's a actual surveyor quality drawing.
What's the point of it, though?
Well,
have a visual downward-looking image of the property? Or?
Well, there's several different things. One is just faster. You know, I can survey. I think we're doing 10 or 12 acres at an hour and a half, 2 hours, just by.
I see. Okay.
You just fly above it. You can get places you can't always get. Weather's inclement, roads are bad. Where you're trying to survey.
Line of sight, laser hit or anything on it because there's trees in the way. Or
yeah, you fly over it. And it has limitations. If it has a real big vegetation, that keeps it from working very accurately, or other images, other things that might pervert the image a little bit where it doesn't work with what you need to do. So, but for the most part, it just is quicker, and you're looking at an image when you get done instead of just a set of numbers.
Gotcha.
You do get the set of numbers, and every place on the image is. Has a tag, so if you want to measure something,
it's like a geotag.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow.
And so it would anything you wanted to measure, you could measure out. If you wanted to build a plan for something of a business or whatever, it's an actual measurable file.
Very, very cool. Now you have your pilot's license and it's called
drone
Part 107 drone license.
Yes.
And I went and got the add-on for mine for night flying and flying over people. And now I'm thinking they might have built in the night flying into the actual license. I'm on my 3rd license.
Yeah.
And Libby, that works for us, is just about to start. And so I'm curious to see what they've added on and the differences between when I started 10 years ago.
I just took my recertification, and night flying and flying over people were part of that.
Okay, so they've built
test.
it in.
Yeah.
They've just made it part of it
Yes.
now. Okay.
Looked like it to me.
Yeah. Very cool. So what's next? What are you doing for excitement? Have you been on a cruise or traveling or doing anything fun?
No, I go and have surgeries.
It's pretty bad when you look forward to going and seeing the doctor because
see what we can operate on next.
Something to do. Yeah.
Well, again, I think my folks are requiring more and more care. My grandkids are more. We got 9 of them. They're involved in sports and all the different things, and so we're able to go see the grandkids in their events and activities, like my parents did when we were in that same spot. So just that goes full circle and kind of goes around.
It's called paybacks.
Yeah, absolutely. But we don't have any big plans right now as anything specific or spectacular. Just kind of, and other things, we've finished our house, but it's not truly finished. There's all those little things, door pulls, odds and ends like that. So Cindy just finished putting in some flower beds. There's just still stuff to do.
Now, is everything out of boxes? You can find it, or are you still? It's in that box somewhere.
Yeah. There was a strict moratorium to any boxes being brought from the outside in. So there's still a pile of boxes that have to be eventually dealt with, but we're living in it and functioning in it.
You get them as needed. I need that thing.
Yeah.
Go get the box. Yeah. Okay.
There was a pan, a skillet, a pot, something was specific.
You're still eating with plastic forks because you can't find the silverware.
No. We have actual silverware, plated stuff.
We remodeled over COVID. That's what I did. I spent my time and remodeled the whole house, and I think we're still using plastic forks because we can't find the silverware. But it's one of those
Plastic
deals.
is plastic.
Yes, Cole. It was just so cool to have you back. I know
thanks for letting me come back on.
We have a lot of people ask. I'm not kidding. Hey, have you heard from Dr. Woods? Well, yeah, but I don't know what he's doing. So I wanted to have you come on and say hi. And
I appreciate the opportunity to do this. Again, stuff that's kind of near and dear to me because we were kind of instrumental in doing the things like with COVID. Then that kind of became a common thing. People would go online and put out a message.
That's true.
We were already doing that.
Yep.
People were trying to put technology in classrooms, and we were doing that.
Yep.
Governor Stitt said Hennessey is a school district to be modeled after.
Yep.
And so
Mike
there
really
were some fun things.
Mike really pushed the envelope with the digital thing. You made some really cool agreements with some vendors to get video in every classroom, and those heat sensing cameras that allowed you to stay open longer and not have to go to virtual. And
again, I take all the credit, but I didn't do all the work. But that is what a superintendent does.
Yep.
Yes. But we had a lot. Todd, he was instrumental. There was others that were very, very instrumental in you making that happen and in getting the dome in the position where it was to function like it has the last couple of times. That took everybody in the district. There wasn't any one person that was had true ownership of that. But it was great to be part of all of that, and I truly miss. And I tell everyone I miss being Hennessey superintendent. I don't miss the work that goes along with it or any of the other stuff that goes along with it, but I like being just able to say, I'm
missing the people, and
yeah.
I was thinking that the three highlights, not really highlights, the three highlights of your career were you built the dome, the COVID landed in the middle, and then that horrible freezing flood thing in the high school.
Yeah.
I honestly think they are just now buttoning that up.
Well, that was just the high school. It was in the other.
It was in the other buildings
as
too.
Well, yeah. That I can't believe I forgot that, but that was an ordeal. Mm-hmm. The timing of that, where everyone just walked out and shut down, and didn't come back for a weekend.
That was like over Christmas or something.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
it was. I can't remember where it went. I can't remember exactly when it happened, but yeah, just the timing of it allowed it to just be horrific.
I remember driving by because I'll cruise the town almost every night looking for whatever, and there's literally water running out of the high school, from between the foundation and the
it was quite a
deal, and oh my.
And it's so great to see what Hennessey's continuing to do and the improvements that they continue to make. Again, I'm glad I got to be a little part of that, and everyone's moved on and doing good stuff, and so something to be proud of.
They're carrying on your legacy. Nice.
Well, you're giving me too much credit, so stop that.
Okay, I'm probably going to get some comments, but that's okay. And now they're doing some additional improvements to the dome. They've done some jiggling with the seats, and I think they've added seat backs to the whole visitor side now.
There
or most
were
of
a
it.
few things that really irritated me on building the dome, and the seating was one of them. 'Cause we had to really work to.
Well, we thought we needed 1,800 seats, cut in like in stone, kind of a thing, and found later that wasn't really the case.
Yeah, but some other things pushed that with the fact of just the way the seating. If it had been drawn right the first time, we wouldn't have had to make an adjustment.
Yep.
And that was such a big deal to everyone we were building it, to get the size of the seat, not just the number of seats, but the size. We wanted everyone to have a good quality visit, no matter what happened in the game. And so that was the architect and I didn't end on the best terms with that. A couple of those things. But
And then since they've added the second, I don't know what it's called, the scorekeeper table. Now there's 2 of those. And have you been back since you left?
yeah,
Okay.
a couple times.
Okay.
But yeah, again, it's just great to go. And you know what? I'm not sure, but I think the Hennessey pool was a good idea.
I think so.
I'm thinking I'm going to go drive by it again, just to look.
We need a bigger parking lot for it now because it's wall to wall. So
Now they're going to be
today-
coming to the school and saying, "Hey, can we buy this chunk of land from you? We got to build more parking."
Yep.
So
The today, this is, what day is this? This is Thursday. We're recording this, and it's nearly 100 degrees outside. It's a weather day, and the parking lot is just packed.
It
They're
is.
just packed in there. Yeah.
And that's, again, another thing that I just found so refreshing at Hennessey was how well we worked together. The Ministerial Alliance, the town board, the school board,
Yep.
everybody worked really hard because, we're using the parking lot. Sometimes they're using the park. It's just really nice the way everyone pulls together to make those things happen.
Yep. There was a school board meeting just the other day, and there were there's some other really big, really cool things coming with buildings and things like that. So, yeah.
They ought to have like a pool, a board day at the pool, where all
I
the
like
board
that.
members.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you just love to see James with 2 skinny legs?
How about this,
poking
guys?
out of a swimsuit?
Okay.
So-
Luke, you're the president of the school board now.
oh, congratulations, Luke.
Put that together and pool board meeting.
They could all be sitting in some rings.
I
Some of those
that. It could be
rings floating on the deep
bobbing
end.
around in the pool. Yes.
I want to go upside down every now and then.
Well,
have to
something
be
I never
popped
thought
back up.
I'd see is they're going to do an outdoor wrestling event.
Like a
I guess
mud
it's
wrestling?
Thursday or Friday of this week. Maybe it's Saturday. It's Saturday. No, it's
Jello.
no, an actual like competitive wrestling event. Yes.
Well, those are competitive. I've been to a few places. And they were really competitive. So
You got probably a bigger crowd.
Yes, yeah.
But no, I guess they're setting mats out on the football field or whatever you do when you do an outdoor wrestling event, and that'll be interesting to see what that
will
looks
be.
like. Yeah.
That'll be great.
Very
And
cool.
it's always nice to be able to get the All About Hennessey in the email so you can stay up that way as well. You do a good job with that.
Thank you. Yep, that has grown from just some silly idea to a real thing. And
Yeah.
now, I don't know if I told you, we're now a member of the Oklahoma Press Association, so we're considered a real newspaper. Like we needed someone to tell us that, but
Yeah.
we always thought it was real. But it's been a neat. You and I have been through a lot of that,
Yeah.
and so it's neat to reminisce about that kind of stuff, and it's been a lot
Absolutely.
of fun. Yeah,
Absolutely.
awesome. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks for having me up.
All right. Stay tuned. This show made possible in part by Cimarron Electric, serving members in Northwest Oklahoma with clean, reliable power since 1936. CimarronElectric.com. And Seaboard Foods. At Seaboard Foods, our work matters to our families, our communities, and the people who rely on us to produce delicious pork products. Be sure to click the subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell to be sure you never miss an episode of the All About Hennessey Show. Check out this week's All About Hennessey Post newspaper and subscribe for free at allabouthennessey.com.